What's up, everybody? Tony Beats Guy here. Today we're going to be talking about the WWE Hall of Fame. That's right, they have announced the first and official member to the WWE class of 2016. Now, I was talking about this, and I actually had a fantasy list, and this was a guy that I actually thought wouldn't be in this year because I thought he was still going to be going at it in the WWE, but it is Sting. That's right. Sting officially announced on WWE.com as the first member of the WWE Hall of Fame this year. Now, we're going to talk about it. We're going to say if I think Sting should be in the Hall of Fame, my thoughts, my rumors. I don't even know rumors, but let's talk about it a little bit. So Sting going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2016 alongside, we don't know. The only thing that I could think is if they want to put Taker in it. If you have Sting and Taker in the same class, the Hall of Fame, wow, that's a great Hall of Fame. Might be the best one of all time. And one up it, have a retirement match for both of them at Mania. Wow, what an awesome way to go out. If Sting, Taker, Mania, Hall of Fame, two guys, one match, oh my goodness. That would make it the best thing ever. Here's what I'm going to say, though. If Sting does not have another match, if he doesn't wrestle again, his WWE career wasn't that great. I know we're talking about his entire wrestling career. Yes, he's a legend in this business, but we have to look at what he did in the WWE. WWE brought him in as the guy, the cornerstone of WCW. He was the main WCW guy. We know that WWE likes to rewrite history. You know WWE does not like WCW. And they always say that WCW sucked, blah, blah, blah. You've seen the DVDs. They do that all the time. They say Sting was probably the only guy in WCW that was worth a crap. They put Sting, they put Triple H in a match, and Triple H beat him. I was there live, and that is the biggest thing that's going to stick out about Sting's career. Yeah, he did have some wins, but that match with Triple H at WrestleMania, the biggest stage, the one match that he had at Mania, everybody's going to remember that. Seriously, they're going to remember that. In the whole career of Sting, they're going to be like, oh, remember that time that he wrestled Triple H and he lost in WWE? And that's a huge moment because Sting came into WWE. You wondered what he was going to do. He had his match with Triple H, and then he lost to Triple H. Yes, there was outside interference. Yes, there was Sledgehammer involved. Yes, there was DX and the NWO and all of that. It was a cool moment, though. I really, really enjoyed that moment. I thought it was great to watch on TV. Again, the network, and it was great to watch it really live. So it's seriously, though, that's just going to stick out in my mind when I keep thinking about Sting. I don't want to tarnish the reputation he had. Surfer Sting was awesome. He was multi-time WCW champion, and then he went to the Crow Sting, which was one of the most iconic gimmicks ever. The Crow Sting, all he did was stand there. He didn't say words. He hid in the rafters, went after the NWO, beat the NWO. And honestly, my opinion of that, which we'll get into right now, because why not? My opinion is that they should have had Sting beat the NWO, and then you could have the NWO be done for good. I mean, that's the way that I would have went about it. I would have had the NWO retire, have them be done for good. That way, you could just move on from the NWO, and you could have Sting be the face of the company. The NWO would have been over. They would have continued to win in the Monday Night War, blah, blah, blah. That probably would have kept them going. But you know what? That's all fantasy stuff. That's stuff that we don't really even know if it would have happened or panned out in the right way. It's just a fantasy thing again. But again, Sting, then he transformed into the Wolfpack. Whether you like the Wolfpack or not, I still thought the red face paint on Sting was cool. I used to play WCW NW Revenge, do the red face paint on Sting. It was just a cool moment. Sting is one of those guys who is a legend. You can talk about his TNA time if you want, but it's cool because Sting is in the TNA Hall of Fame. Whether you want to say it's a good Hall of Fame or not, it's still a wrestling Hall of Fame. And he's in that one, and now he's in the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2016. He's going to be headlining it, and I think it's cool. Honestly, I'm not the biggest Sting fan like nowadays because I think he's past his prime, obviously, and he's done, but I don't think I don't know. he's a legend in the business, you know. So we'll give him his due. We'll say, Sting, you deserve to be in the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2016. So let's continue to talk about class of 2016 really quick here. And let's talk about who else would be besides Sting in the class. I said Christian could be one. That could be one. Big Boss Man could be another one. I think Taker, if you put Taker in this year, do you want to wait to put Taker in by himself next year, or do you want to pair him up with Sting and then have a match at Mania? I don't know if they probably will not do a match at Mania, but to me it feels like they were going to put Taker in because they were letting him finish up his career, unless this is going to be his last Mania and then he'll go next year. I don't know. I think it's like half a dozen, whatever that saying is. I don't know what it is, but you could put Sting in this year. You could have the match with Taker at Mania. You could have him go farewell. Then the Attitude Era, the old guys can just be done with WWE, and we can focus on the future. I know that WrestleMania, they want to make the biggest crowd ever, and if you put Sting versus Taker, with all the injuries that they have right now, and John Cena possibly being out, Seth still possibly being out, all this stuff going down. If you do Sting versus Taker, you have it be their last match. They're both going in the Hall of Fame. That's going to draw the crowd that you want at that Mania. I don't care if you think they're both too old, but this is literally the last fantasy match that could possibly happen in WWE of Sting, Taker. Plus, you have The Rock coming back to potentially wrestle. I mean, he could wrestle. We don't know what the state is. I think now more than ever he's going to wrestle because of the injuries going on in the WWE. But I think you have The Rock wrestle, you have Sting versus Taker, then you have the Hall of Fame, and Sting and Taker are both in the Hall of Fame, and they just walk off hugging, and the crowd, like, that would just be a surreal moment in time in the WWE. If you could have Sting versus Taker, they end their career, match over, they hug, they walk off, and then all the guys from the WWF Attitude Era and the WCW time can just retire. They can be done, and you can focus on the future of the company. You can make sure that John Cena's there to put over the next up-and-coming stars. You push Kevin Owens, AJ Styles becomes in, you push him. You push anybody that's new, take those NXT guys, push them to the moon, and move on to a new generation in professional wrestling where independent wrestling is taking over. So that is what I think you need to do. I think Sting going to the Hall of Fame is great. I think his WWE career was not very good, but let's not even look about his WWE career. You could put him in the Hall of Fame without even coming into WWE. That's how iconic Sting was. Seriously, he was awesome. He was great. And as far as like his most recent stuff, I thought he was too old and whatever. But that's all I'm going to say. Sting coming in to the WWE class of 2016. It's a big deal. If you don't think that Sting should be in the Hall of Fame, you need to recheck your status on professional wrestling, because you're just not a professional wrestling fan. I mean, WCW with the NWO, that's the most iconic stuff in all of professional wrestling. Sting didn't say a word. He waited forever. It was like poetry, just watching that every Monday night. And then finally they had the match, and Sting won the championship from Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Man, I remember just remembering that moment of Sting getting crowned as champion was great. And I was like, yes, finally the NWO can be done. They can be over. The NWO is dead. But no, they didn't do that. They messed up. Anyway, but yeah, I think Sting had some great stuff going on in TNA as well, which I don't think you should disregard his TNA stuff, because some of it was good, some of it was bad, but some of it was really good. And honestly, if you can watch some of it and appreciate Sting in TNA, in WCW, and in WWE, then there's no reason why he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you say Sting shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, you're totally wrong, but you can have an opinion anyway. I'll be okay with that. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And I do want to let you know that the new patch for WWE 2K16 came out today, and I have some videos up talking about the entrances. I have all the entrances up that were new We have Finn. He has 2 new entrances. We have Dolph, and we have Kevin Owens, who have new entrances. So go ahead and check that out. I'll link it in the description below. Again, thank you guys for watching 2016 Hall of Fame. Who else is going to be in it? Let me know in the comment section below as well. All right, guys. That is it for today's video, and we'll be back. Tony Beats Guy, frag out.